Hello, hello, and welcome back to Happy Time, Happy Money podcast. And today we have Jasmine Smith. Jasmine, also known as the broke accountant on social media, is an accountant and certified personal finance educator dedicated to teaching financial literacy in all communities. After noticing a lack of financial literacy from her peers, Jasmine made it her mission to raise the people around financial IQ. Jasmine holds a master's degree in financial from Tiffin University and bachelor in business administration from Ohio University, with a concentration in finance. Hi and
Mhm.
welcome, Jasmine.
Hi, welcome. Well, thank you for having me for one.
Absolutely. Well, as always, I would love to hear your story. We know a bit
Mhm.
from your introduction here, from your bio, but I would love to
Yes.
hear what inspired you to do what you're doing and anything you would like to share.
Yes. So basically, I graduated from college back in 2017. Going into college, I realized that I am out a lot of debt, but not realizing how much debt carries weight outside of college. My parents helped me out. They actually ended up getting Parent Plus loans, and I took out a loan for my education. Came out of college with at least 60 grand in debt. It wasn't until like maybe 3 months into paying my loans that I realized that I'm never gonna pay them off, just only paying like a few dollars each month. So I decided that I need to find a way where I can hold myself accountable because my friends were not. They had in their head that they're gonna be living with debt for the rest of their life, that they're just not gonna pay off their debt. And for me, that's just not I took it as a challenge that like, okay, I can pay off my debt if I really hone into it and get serious about it. So I decided to make my page the Broke Accountant on Instagram. It was basically this that documenting my journey, my debt-free journey. And what really inspired me to go to help teach other people is because when I was on the financial realm in Instagram, I seen a lot of older people taking over the finance realm, and they were like millionaires trying to tell you how to handle your money. It wasn't very relatable to the everyday people like me. So that's where I decided, like, okay, let me be more transparent, tell people how much I'm making and how am I spending my money, how am I saving my money, so we could all relate and show that it's very attainable to have financial freedom. So currently I'm still in debt, but I'm way past from where I was from the beginning. So that's basically where my inspiration came from, just trying to relate to the everyday people because I realized that a lot of people financial education is very it's not accessible to all communities. So that was the reason why it came about.
I love it. I love that you want to be, in it with people together. It's not like, okay, I know everything, here's what you do, but you actually with them in there and relating to what they're going through. This is a brilliant idea. I love it. When I read first your Instagram bio, I was like, the broke accountant, like who will want to go to broke account? But it's actually really interesting. And because we all, right, have our own journeys. Thank you for sharing
Yes.
yours with us. So tell us
Thank
more,
you.
tell me more about what the steps you've taken and you've seen that works well for people that are in that and they want to move forward faster and pay it off.
So the first step I always say is to be honest with yourself and be real that you are in debt, that you know how much you have. So a lot of people just be like, oh yeah, I have a debt, but don't realize the exact amount that they have. They just be like, I just pay every month and just go about my business. So the first step for real is to look at your debt, consolidate a list of just showing you what you owe, who you owe it to, and then make a game plan. So for me, I have an Excel sheet and it pulls down every debt I owe, every loan I owe, and I break it down for 12 months. Okay, how much I could pay out of a budget. So I'm budgeting every month to like see if I can push it. So I'm cutting down expenses. For me, I love shopping. So I had to learn that like I can't shop every week buy a new t-shirt or buy new jeans that's costing me $100, where that $100 can go towards my debt. So that was one of my biggest things that helped me lower my debt because I'm figuring out that I can cut down expensive and make more money.
Mm, that is Interesting. I was just thinking about yesterday when you said about shopping. I was also filling it out my budgeting thing, and I went to shopping, and I was like, okay, it was shopping, and then I'm looking through like the year, and there's none. And then the shopping one thing in September, whatever, maybe like couple times, and I'm like, I probably get to go to shopping. Not that I don't like to shopping, but I
Mhm.
like to shop online mostly, but because everything, like
Me
you're
too.
not going anywhere new, like I don't need new things. It's like it's not getting older or anything. It's literally just beautifully, there for the second year in the COVID. And it's like
Yep.
it's a new thing I can wear. So I don't feel like I need any shopping, which is so interesting, right? Just thinking about COVID and everything, how much has reduced our expenses, which is super cool.
Yes.
So budgeting works. That's what I'm hearing.
Mhm.
Budgeting and be mindful around it. What other steps that you are taking, or do you invest? Have you started investing? Because I've heard people saying even though you're in debt, you get to start invest. And is
Yes.
that right?
Yes. So a lot of people has said basically I have heard the myth that you can't invest while paying off debt. But that's totally not true. It's actually very easy to do because you can even put this $5 a month into an investment account. You don't have to throw like $200 if you don't have $200. But if you have enough to buy go get a Happy Meal at McDonald's, you have enough to invest. So for me, you could do a dollar cost averaging where you pick, like, say, I want to do $1,000 this year for investments. So I split that, divide by that by 12. So then that means I'm only putting $100 each month into my investment account. So while I'm paying off debt, my money is growing because of interest.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and that then you can from dividends even pay your debt faster because money makes
Yes.
money. Beautiful. And anything you see that people making mistake, like what is in just the huge mistake that people come to you with that they can
I would
avoid?
say
Mm.
lifestyle creep is very real. I think a lot of people now, for people like that are the millennials, Gen Z, I think they get caught up with not saying no to things. They always want to be, they have the fear of missing out on things. So they'll always want to go out, go on trips, which is all fine. It's just you need to budget for it. A lot of people don't budget, they just automatically just be like, okay, I'll just put it on credit card and keep going. No, you need to like budget for these events, these big events, because by the time it comes, you have the money and you're not putting yourself more into debt because of it. So, like for me, I'm taking a trip to Italy next year. While in debt, I'm actually putting money to the side each month until it's time. So that way I know I can enjoy myself and not have to worry about me putting myself more in debt because I have the money already in hand.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming over and sharing your knowledge. And the last question that I have for everybody that's going to
Okay.
podcast, finish up this sentence, filling the blank for me. It sounds like
Okay.
this. If you really knew me, you will know that I am blank.
If you really knew me, you would know that I am the most transparent person there is, and a hard worker. I think for me, I'm like my greatest teacher. My experiences are my greatest teacher. So I feel like I always try to tell everybody what I do from detail to like the smallest thing in the world, just because I want to see everybody do great. So in order for me to see people do great, I need them to know my mistakes. So whether that's even with finance or relationships or anything, I will be the most transparent person around, like the open book of my friend group.
Okay, awesome. Super cool. Thank you so much for coming over and watching. And I know your best platform is Instagram. So if you're listening or watching to this episode, always, you just scroll down. There's going to be a link to our page of this episode with the video, audio, and transcript if you want to go back and take some notes or re-listen or share with your friends. And there's going to be all links that we mentioned and all the contact information that Jasmine have. And thank you so much again for coming. I'll leave a review,
Thank
like,
you.
subscribe, whatever you're watching this or listening, and that will definitely warms our heart. And send message to Jasmine or me and share with us your experience of this episode. Thank you so much, Jasmine, for coming. And
Thank you for having me.
yes, and I'll see you in the next episode, everybody. Bye.